Yes, what's going on YouTube, guys? It's been a while since I've made like a non-weekly breakdown video. So I did start a series of, exposing Forex traders and all this sort of stuff. I probably will do a few more videos, but to be honest, like I stopped myself like ages and ages ago, months and months ago of actually zoning in and focusing on, people in the industry that just give the industry a bad name, because all you're really doing is just subjecting yourself to negative energy, right? And I don't like negative energy. I don't like causing myself unnecessary negative energy. And, you can already see from the FX Alex G video, the floods and floods of sheep that are in there saying, "Oh, it's all legit. He showed it in real time." But yet, none of them are all millionaires. And then, coincidentally, at the end of it, there is a $3,499 boot camp, which was limited to 300 people. But yet, you could literally go through the sign up process, put your name is Dick Bastet and a fake email address, and say, "Why should we take you on? Because I have the biggest cock in the world," and you would still get an acceptance email back, right? So him saying that he was, "Oh, I'm only fucking doing this and doing that and picking the best people's," all load bollocks. Like, I think someone threw out some mad figure of like 3,000-4,000 people all got an email to say they got accepted. You got to understand the $3,499, even times by 300, is over $1 million, like, dollars, right? And then lo and behold, he's gone and bought a new fucking yard. Like, all you've really done is just paid for it, right? All of the sheep, all the people that bought the boot camp, right? But again, contradicting yourselves by backing him up, saying he did it all in real time. If you did it all in real time, then you should have learned in real time. You wouldn't need a $3,499 boot camp at the end of it to learn how he did it, because he showed how he did it in real time. Like, does that not compute in the common person's brain? Obviously not. But in this video, I'm going to go over people that I believe you should pay attention to. Now, some of them are going to be people that you can't find courses on, and if you can, then they are a decent amount of money, right? And these are only a couple of people, or one person in general that I've come across would be the only person that I would say would definitely take you to that next level, right? Probably further, way further than what I could even do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say that my content on this channel is, tip top. It's where I've got to on a learning basis, and everything that I learn moving forward, I do videos on. I still sometimes struggle in the markets, especially over the last 2-3 months. I've realistically taken about 3 trades in the last 2-3 months because, we've had the general election. We've had very volatile times in the market, and, times where more often than not, the market is just consolidated, right? And that doesn't align with how I trade. So therefore, I'm not going to trade those times. But these are guys that have been in the game for like decades. I'm not talking just sprung out of nowhere with a course and, they were an influencer or this, that, and the third. So I'll tell you those people. I'll show you the person that I learned from. Now, again, I thought this guy was 1,000,000,000% legit. But, I watched a review of a guy that goes into these people's Telegram groups, Discord groups, or whatever, and basically trades but reverses what signal they send out. So if they send out a sell, he takes the same position but on a buy. And it's quite a good series to watch, actually. He's quite a funny guy, but he went into my mentor's group. Now, again, there's always a little bit of controversy when it comes to jumping into new groups or Discord groups or whatever. And I've said this time and time again, even to the guys that are in my free stuff, my free groups, paid groups, whatever, is that, it is literally all about timing. Do you know what I mean? You could get into a free Telegram group at the wrong time, i.e., that trader that is in there is just having a bad month, right? And your account balance will suffer, right? That is just part and parcel of trading. There is no like consistent trader out there that is pulling, you know, mad numbers on a monthly basis without having a little bit of a lull in his trading career. Do you know what I mean? And I've gone through them. I had them last year where I had back to back. I think I had 2 months worth of just absolute shitters. Like I could not make a trade for love nor money. And I think when I say shitters, I'm not talking about like 5 a day. I'm talking about, you know, maybe 4 or 5 over the course of the month. And yeah, after that, I just took a month out. I went, right, I need to understand that this is clearly not working for me right now. The markets are just not working around my strategy. Maybe I need to change something. Maybe I need to go in and have a look at where I've gone wrong, blah, blah, blah. But that is part and parcel of being a trader, right? There are going to be trading circumstances and market conditions that just don't fit your strategy, right? And if you can adapt, fair enough. If you can adapt your strategy around it, or you maybe pull something out of the bag that you've learned from something else. This is why I always say to people, learning and, you know, continuously learning and finding bits of content online or whatever, and filling your bag up with as many tools as possible. I'm not saying that your strategy needs to have a million tools on a day-to-day basis, but there might be something like a mechanic, a tool in your bag that you might pull out once for a specific market condition, and it might just work, right? So that is the case. So yeah, these are guys that have been in the game for a long time, right? And they're when I show you these people and when I show you sort of snippets of their videos, you are probably not going to be interested in watching them, because they are not these, you know, fucking shit going all over the screen and pop-ups and keeping your attention span like this, that, and the third. They're going to be people, but you literally have to sit there and take all of the knowledge in. And then, like I said, if you have got the money, some of them are, you know, relatively expensive. But these, you've got to remember, these guys are professionals, i.e. they have been what they say they are in the big places that they say they've been in, right? So we will have a look. I'll jump over to YouTube. I'll show you a few of the guys, and you can check out their stuff, check out their YouTube videos, and go from there, basically. Right, so here we are on YouTube, okay? I've got a mixture of shit all over my fucking screen, but right, I'm probably gonna start off with the most important person I think you should pay attention to and go through all of their stuff. You know, a lot of it is kind of mindset-wise, but they do a course. I think I can't remember what the group of them called until I go on their YouTube. But the guy's name is Anton, right? If I could spell it right, Anton Kreil, right? Anton Kreil, Institute of Trading, right? Now, some of you guys might have come across this guy already, but this guy is like phenomenal. He's been with Goldman Sachs. He's been with some other big banks, right? And, you know, he's been in the scene for a very, very long time. This guy is massively on his information, awareness, all this sort of stuff. Does do some kind of, you know, day in the life bits and pieces, but he does own almost like a portfolio management company, where they manage, you know, obviously funds and portfolios for people, big money. But this guy, you won't see a bad word said about him. Not a lot of people will probably know who he is, like your other trading gurus and stuff like that, because they don't really research people. So Anton Kreil is probably the best person to watch. And I mean, look, you're going back 6 years, 7 years, you know, back data 11 months, you know, they're still doing their stuff now. But he is probably the first person that I would say go onto their YouTube channel and just watch videos from, you know, the very, very beginning. And it doesn't even matter if you don't have a real, like, big idea on how to actually trade. These things will help you, right? You will get an understanding of bits and pieces, right? ITPM, that's his company. And they do have a mentorship, right? they do seminars, i.e. seminars that you can turn up to and go to and all this sort of stuff. But this guy's been going for fucking, years and years and years. Let's just see when his first video on YouTube. I mean, this is before I even 6 years, like before I even came into the game. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. 6 years. I mean, 8 years. Look, 9, 10 years. Like, this guy has been on YouTube for a long, long time. Look, Goldman Sachs trader tells the truth about trading. Like, just go watch these videos, right? You can start from the very beginning, and they're not massively long videos, right? But you can still see and understand what it is you're signing up to, right? And even if it's even something that you feel like you can come to grips with. But these sort of videos would be things that I'd watch in between clients when I was barbering, in the evenings when I was just, sat there eating my food after the gym and blah, blah, blah. I'd put on videos like this because, instead of sat there watching a fucking Netflix series, you can be learning and understanding bits and pieces from people that have been in the game for a long, long time. So that's Anton Kreil, right? But there's another guy that Anton Kreil works with, and he is called Chris Cathey. Let's see if he comes up. There you go. Chris Cathey. This guy works with ITPM. There's a reason why this conglomerate of like guys all work together, because they've all been in the same institutions. And, Goldman Sachs he's another Goldman Sachs trader, right? This one of the words of wisdom, after seeing a video the other day about words of wisdom from iMan Trading, I don't overly respect their podcast to a certain extent because they literally do not vet anybody that goes on there. But you will find some hidden gems, i.e. this Chris Cathey one. There's another guy that they had on there as well, which I will try and find. But you've probably seen, if you are on TikTok or whatever, you'll probably see him reacting to other traders. There's two guys from the UK. I mean, so far, Anton Kreil, he's UK. Chris Cathey is from the UK. He is from the UK. That all four of these guys are from the UK, right? And these other two guys that I'll try and find are other people that I would say to watch their stuff as well. But these are guys with decades of experience, and like I said, been in the institution, have actually been hedge fund managers, i.e. managing massive portfolios for people, and they will give you a realistic perspective on what you should be looking at and what you should be doing and understanding in the markets and trading, right? Given they might not all be FX traders, the same sort of stuff happens, like I said, on stocks, shares, and this, that, and the other. I think Chris Cathey was a indices trader, I think, or equities, one of the two. And he, again, emphasizes that scalping, all bollocks, right? Yes, okay, you might have a consistent kind of strategy at the moment on scalping, but scalping is not going to produce you long-term gains. Having hedges, short lists and buy lists of hedging positions, right? And this is what I've spoken about on some of my educational videos is, when you've got in buys, there's no problem in hedging a, retracement or something like that to then place in more buy positions or whatever it might be. So again, he goes over in depth with that. This is an interview with him and Anton Kreil from 7 years ago. But these guys, they know their fucking shit, okay? So the next guy is this guy, right? Chris Williams. Maybe Chris Swaggy C. Williams, right? This is the guy that I watched, right? This is the guy that I came across a very, very long time ago. And I will show you when I came across his videos because we're going back. The only issue I have with this guy is that he does associate himself with people that I don't believe to be I don't believe to be traders, right? These guys here, Aman Nat and Sean Lee, I do believe Sean Lee to be a trader, right? There's been a bit of controversy with him, with him, whereby I think, there's a few bits out there, but he has, when I've seen him trade and back in the day when I was first learning, I saw the most kind of consistency out of him. But look, he's got a podcast, Q Banks. Q Banks is not a fucking trader, is just a course seller. Like I said, this guy, Chris Swaggy C. Williams, he does sell a course or a mentorship. Most of these guys are going to, right? They are going to be course sellers. To me, it's something that I could have done, right? And this is what I sometimes sit there and kick myself. Like, could I have gone and flipped to the dark side and been a course seller and made a whole bunch of money and this, that, and the third? Yes, but I think in my heart of hearts, I always knew that anything that I would be selling is easily obtained online for free, right? And I wouldn't want to be labeled as someone that, is essentially just recycling something that you can go and find for free and taking people's hard-earned money and, profiting off of it when they could use that money to just put into a trading account or upscale their trading account that they've already got or whatever like that. Like, there's no reason for you guys to be depositing into a broker X amount of money and then going out and having to spend X amount of money on a course. Now, I know that there's a lot of people that sit there and go, oh, yeah, but you shouldn't sell something for free. No. Do you know what I mean? I don't think, from the dawn of time when people were discovered new ways of making things and this, that, or the other, that they sold it to the next person. There is going to be something along the lines of it's been handed down. And like I've said, the value I get out of having my education for free is that at least I get, everyday messages from someone saying your videos are really helpful. I can show you a fucking example of it, whatever. Your videos are really helpful. I've learned a lot. I'm now taking my own setups, blah, blah, blah. That's value in itself, right? It doesn't need to be a money value. Do you know what I mean? So again, like I said, most of these guys are course sellers. But look, we're going back. This guy's plugged out a lot of videos, a lot of videos. Yeah, none of these videos. These are still way after I was watching him. Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know why they're okay. Not sure, but they're there anyway. Like these videos here, those were ones that I was watching. But yeah, he obviously puts out new videos 2 months ago, so he's not very on the ball. But that is, his stuff is very much like mine. So you can watch him, but I would say in the same respect, he's the person that I learned a lot of stuff off of. And most of my content is just going to be recycled stuff of his. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this guy here, this guy is probably not on YouTube anymore, because I know he's been banned a lot of the time. But if you want to go back through and watch, these videos, a lot of stuff that he used to do back in the day is still very good and knowledgeable to watch. They used to do Technical Tuesdays and stuff like that. But yeah, his stuff is still very good to watch. Early days, you won't find an up-to-date YouTube channel of him because I think he's been fucking banned like however many times, or people just report him or whatever. There you go. There's a webinar there. He's got some good stuff to watch. So that's another one. Other than that, right? Yes, you have ICT, right? You have ICT stuff to watch. Understands that ICT is very tedious to watch. Even I found myself falling asleep through most of his videos because he just waffles. But where I say his stuff is good to watch, I would watch it from someone else that is taking it taken it and made it more digestible for the newcomers. Okay, you know, iMan Trading. This is a guy that's been exposed in ICT for a number of months. That is the video that I was kind of going to be doing a reaction from, but to be fair, you could probably just find it yourself. I think I posted it in the free Telegram group. But what happens is you have good educators and you have bad traders, right? And that can be sometimes a lot of the case, because, you know, we can, as traders, we can explain things potentially in a more dumbed down view than what somebody else that's older and being a little bit more technical can explain, right? We're going to take something and we're going to go, well, we're trying to appeal to the younger generation, so we need to make it more young generation worthy. So I would say find ICT stuff, but made by somebody else, right? Or explained by somebody else. Do not pay for anyone's course, right? There is no ICT stuff that you need to pay for. There's no supply and demand stuff you need to pay for, SMC stuff you need to pay for. YouTube is basically your dictionary for strategies and trading learning, right? There's Baby Pips. Baby Pips is probably the written dictionary for learning how to trade, right? And that is all for free. There should be nobody out there that is messaging me going, oh, I paid 1,500 quid or two. I had someone message me that paid $5,000 for a mentorship. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I can tell you right now, there is not going to be a single thing in that course that you cannot find for free, right? Nobody has got, excuse me, nobody has got the holy grail of strategies that they're selling for $1 million, right? Or for five grand. They just haven't, right? It doesn't exist, right? Even the guys, you know, the Anton, Kreil, and let's just go and show you the prices of their mentorship, and they're pretty fucking expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Look, this is their website. See if it even comes up for me in Dubai, but I'm pretty sure it is. You know, look, course 2, 12-month access, and they're not even giving you unlimited access. It is 12, but these, you know, these are going to be the guys that actually probably take you to that next level, right? And these are the people that I would happily pay a person that's been, do you know what I mean, in the fucking in Goldman Sachs and all the other places that he's been in, working in banks and hedge funds and institutions and shit like that. I'd happily pay someone that's done all of that, because in order for you to be in that situation and to be actually working on the trading floors, you've got to have known your shit. Do you know what I mean? Do not be going and paying fucking FX Alex G $3,499 for a course because the cunt just doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, point blank period. Only other person, yeah, TJR. I have not seen anything that I would question from him. I've heard very good things about his mentorship. Again, yes, there's a paid, yes, there's a free, blah blah blah. But you know, it's normally the way with people, right? There is going to be at some point some sort of paid course, like upsell for you to get, right? But I've seen videos of him live trading and this, that, and the third. Yes, he's got to do the kind of lifestyle type stuff, which is shit that I just don't do, because for me, I like leading a very simple lifestyle. So I mean, my lifestyle isn't flashy cars and going out every day to the beach club and this, that, and the third. It is very much, I like being in my bubble, right? And that makes me happy. Do you know what I mean? There's people might not find that makes them happy, which is fine. You know, everyone's got their own preferences when it comes to life. I'm 37. I'm not 24. I'm not 22. I'm not 21, where all those kind of things appeal to me. I did stuff last year. I had a nice car, but once you drive around in it, you understand that actually I don't need it on a day-to-day basis because I don't really go anywhere. And you've kind of done the whole cruising through, downtown and JBR. You've got a few looks, you've got a few pictures. You kind of just go, well, the next day is not going to be any different. I mean, like, to me, that's not a status. To me, a car isn't going to give my kids financial wealth for the rest of their life or support my family for the rest of their life. What do I do with my money? I pay my mum's bills. I send money back to my mum. I make sure that she has enough money to be able to do bits and pieces with. I pay for a life over here with me and my fiance, and basically stack money to be able to have a family at some point. I'm 37, getting on a bit. I buy off-plan properties because those properties will be something that my children can inherit and have a business, potentially a portfolio of, rented rented houses that they are making money from. Do you know what I mean? So it's all those kind of things. It's understanding that, yes, you can have the watches, yes, you can have the cars, and you can have the mansion, but is that passing anything on down to your next generation, your kids? Do you know what I mean? Is that setting them up for life? Realistically, no. A car is a dead investment. As soon as you bought it, unless it's a collectible, it's devalued itself by however much. Having a watch, is it really an appreciating asset? I don't think so. It fluctuates. The market fluctuates like the FX market does. Do you know what I mean? You need to be putting money into things that are a lot more safer. I bought one off plan quite recently that's already appreciated 20%, and it's not even complete because of where it is in Dubai. It's in the Dubai South. So that already increasing by 20% is a good investment, right? And that's something I'm going to be able to rent out, pull the equity out, go again. Do you know what I mean? I've done that twice now. So it's those sort of things that are investments to me. So I say, when you look at these younger generation people, yes, you can do it by all means, but I wouldn't take doing those things as top priority. Okay. But yeah, TJR, another good one. I chatted to TJR quite a lot last year, especially when Harrison was over in Miami. I was trying to sort out them two meeting up, but just didn't. But other than that, I don't really know anybody else to watch, right? I'm not big on social media. I know there's going to be people that put in, what about this person? What about that person? Look, I don't know them. I just know of the people that I know. And 9 times out of 10, if they are young, influencers, I normally take what they say with a pinch of salt. Okay, I normally take it with a grain of salt. The guys that I would say to watch would be, like I said, people that are these guys, Chris Cathey. What I will do is I will find you the other ones that I would ideally say to watch. This guy here, Charlie Burton. Charlie Burton is another guy that I would watch. And this guy here, Alistair Crooks. Alistair Crooks and Charlie Burton, again, 2 English guys. They're guys, if they have their own YouTube channels, that I would watch. Trader Nick's not too bad. I watched a few of his videos now and again, Trader Nick. But again, Market Wizards, stuff like this, books that this guy has produced. Jack, I can never pronounce his last name, but the guys that you want to be staying away from. This guy, Q Banks, is a course seller. Do not believe a single word, worked with an offshore broker, all that sort of stuff. All of these ICT traders, I know there's Casper SMC has been shown to be a fake. Q Banks, Lambo Raoul. I've seen a lot of things saying that, the guy comes from a wealthy family. His dad owns the Bugatti the blue Bugatti that he had. And now all of a sudden Lambo Raoul's got another Chiron, which, okay, well, if your dad owned the last one, Has he not just traded that in and bought an upgrade, and now you're flexing that? Like, it's all those sort of things that I kind of just go, meh, I'm not impressed. Like, those sort of things don't impress me. I mean, Sheerons and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, don't get me wrong. They're nice to look at, but they're not like, oh my God, you must be amazing. Don Vo, he, like I said, I did a video this morning in the group. I said, if you are looking for like a candlestick kind of breakdown theory, he has a very good video on. But now after seeing what he did with his fund, again, I've kind of retracted what I thought about him. But he does have a very good breakdown on candlestick theories. This guy, Trade a Day, quarterly theory, another good video. I've promoted his video a few times in some of the educational videos that I've done. God, talking so much just literally dries my throat out. But other than that, yeah, there's not a lot of people on. I mean, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Umar Ashraf, if that's how his name is pronounced. But a lot of these guys, look, they've been said. It's been said that, you know, words of wisdom don't vet their traders on, you know, profitability and this, that, and the third when they go on. So a lot of them is that, you know, I got reached out to them, I think last year. I think the guy that organizes traders coming on reached out to me, and they were over in Dubai. They were going to have me on the podcast. But I think that was around the time that I was away on holiday and my account kept on getting banned. And then I got notified that I was getting permanently banned on my Instagram. And then randomly I got my account back. So all of those people that I contacted had just disappeared. Now, this guy, Nasser, I can't pronounce his name. He lives over in Dubai. Yeah, there's a few things. Again, it's tough to point on them or to speak on them because, again, this guy sells a course, right? All of these people, I would hazard a guess and say that they all sell a course, right? And it's tough to put a number on how much these people make from courses. I've seen astronomical figures from people that have made, millions from selling course. Q Banks is one of the ones. Fucking Alex G, he's made a ridiculous amount of money from course selling, right? And it kind of gets to the point where you think, well, maybe that's their source of income. Maybe trading is not even their source of income. It's just selling a course. Do you know what I mean? Pretending to know what you're actually doing, but when it comes to implementing stuff on the charts, you just don't. And that's where I want to kind of leave the video, is that understand, right, when you are looking at people that have been working for big institutions and stuff like that, Goldman Sachs, you shouldn't have to be second guessing what they say because they have done it. They've been involved in that situation on a trading floor for years and years and years, right? But when you're looking at all these other people and they're reeling you in with a fancy lifestyle, i.e. flashy cars, watches, drip, all that sort of stuff, understand that the reason why you're locked onto those people is because that's what you want, right? Not understanding that to get to that point, if it is even legit, is very, very tough and a long process, right? The realistic factor of it is if any of you are coming into the industry with your £300 or £400 and stuff like that, you've got to understand that the top traders, right, in the world at their primes were making, maybe 100% a year. Okay. So put that over a monthly perspective. That's less than 10% a month that they are making consistently. And that's the sort of figures that you need to be looking at. You need to be understanding where, okay, 1 or 2% a week is very good, very, very good, because that is on par with the top traders in the world, right? If you go and look at the guys that are on the Robbins Cup, those guys are making, they're in a competition, so they're trying to push for the best, but most of them on a average basis will only be doing less than 10% a month. But 10% a month on a £300-400 account is not a lot of money, right? And I understand that, but that is not what you are led to believe when you first get into this is that, okay, well, 300 quid, you might be doing 100% in your first week, flipping your account to 300 quid. That would be the only time, right, that you will probably do that, right? Because you will run the risk of losing 100% of your account every single time. You know, understanding that risking 1% on a trade is only going to make you 3 quid is something that not a lot of people can actually digest. They can't stomach that. £3, that's fuck all. Like, why would I only want to be making 3 quid? I want to be making 50 quid, 60 quid, 100 quid. You're just living on an unrealistic profit and percentage gain, right? And that is where you will fail. Understanding that, right, okay, you've got to be doing this on the inside, 1 or 2% on your £300 a week on the inside. And then on the outside, be compound interesting from money that you use on stupid shit, you know, disposable income that you've got sat there lying. You know, I explained it in a video yesterday in the free group. You know, not understanding that when I first started, right, or not even when I first started, a couple of years into my trading journey, I understood that, well, in 3-4 hours in the evening, I'm sat doing nothing. I'm sat, yeah, okay, maybe at my computer, or maybe I'm playing a bit of Xbox, or maybe I'm watching a Netflix series or a film. That time could be better spent on potentially doing something that can give me an extra bit of income. So what did I do? I went and did Deliveroo. Right? No shame in saying it. I was a delivery driver alongside being a barber. I did 10 hours in the barber shop. I then went to the gym, did my workout, came home, had some food, understood that I got 2 or 3 hours in the evening where I can just go do some deliveries and make an extra 40, 50 quid, right? Now, let's just put it on £100. Say I've got £100 in my trading account and I go and make 50 quid in disposable income that Monday night. By the next day, and because delivery paid out the next day, I could have then deposited that into my trading account. What have I then done? I've dollar cost averaged 50% on top of my initial deposit. And if you're doing that every night, right, soon enough, by the end of the month, you've probably got £500-600 sat there. And that's not including the £2 or £3 that you might be making per trade whilst understanding and learning something from that process and getting some sort of profitable strategy, right? So dollar cost averaging from the outside and dollar cost averaging from the inside, what you're doing is you're building that account up. And you only have to do that, right? Realistically, for a year. And you'll probably end up with an account balance of 10, 20, 30K. That's when you can start to make, you know, your £100 trades or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Because you're still risking the correct amount on your account balance to be making that sort of money. That is when you can start to make good money, right? And maybe you don't have to do as many hours doing Deliveroo or whatever. You can use some of that disposable income to go and have a holiday or go and have a nice night out or something, or take the missus for a date, right? Because you're not having to use that money that you're making on the outside and put it into your account, right? That is exactly what you need to be doing. And it literally, before you even know it, and a lot of you guys that are watching these videos are young, so there's no reason why you can't be doing it, because delivery, you can go and do it on a fucking scooter, right? And in a car, most of you might be driving or something like that. Again, just do it in a car, right? Anything that you can do to make a small bit of money to be putting into your trading accounts is just compounding the account up without you. It might even be a week of, right, do you know what? This week, I haven't traded. This week, I have not taken a trade because I've understood the election. We've got FOMC fucking interest rate today, Bank of England interest rate today. Tomorrow is fuckery Friday. So I just want to leave this week to do nothing. Now, if I was back in the UK and I still had a small trading account, what would I still be doing? I would still be going out in the evenings to do my 2 or 3 hours and be putting that 50 quid into my account the next day. 5 days of that, 6 days of that. Have a Saturday night out if you want. You know, take Saturday nights off, go out with your mates. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, be going out in the evenings, doing some delivery service, or even if it's just working behind the counter in a fucking kebabi or something like that, something that you can do to make you an extra 20, 30 quid a night. Soon enough, by the end of the week, you've got 200 quid that you didn't have, right? Just from stepping out of your comfort zone. But everyone wants to sit there and go, nah, I just want to sit at home and I want to do it on my phone. I want to be making 100 quid on my £300 balance. Fuck you. Quite realistically, fuck you. It's not going to be that easy. Okay? Especially if you're just, you know, relying on a Telegram group or a Discord group or however fucking many groups you're in. Copying and pasting, you know, MT4 setups or MT5 setups. It's just not going to do it, right? And that is what you guys have got to understand and stomach. It's a hard pill to swallow, but I'll be the first person to tell you, right? And then when you get to a certain status, realize that branches come off of that. Do you know what I mean? Branches come off of that. You can do affiliation. There's nothing wrong with affiliation when it's done correctly, i.e., you're not triggering people. You're getting people set up on the broker. You're getting people deposited. You're getting people understanding how to risk correctly, right? And that is when you're paid out your commission. It might take you a little bit longer, but you've done it the correct way, right? There's no problem in affiliate marketing when it is done correctly, right? But yeah, again, not buying courses, not spending money on courses. You don't need them. Everything out there you can get for free. Anyway, I hope that this video has given you some sort of knowledge, given you some sort of helpful advice. I know it's a bit long, 42 minutes, but it's worth the watch. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.